Should college athletes get paid? Forbes, on January 30th, 2014, Mark Edelman states the typical Division I college football player devotes 43.3 hours per week to his sport. I'm sure some of you guys have played high school sports or know people that still play sports today. College athletes generate millions of dollars to their schools and devote most of their lives to that sport. My goal is to inform you guys on why college athletes deserve to be paid. Today, we will talk about how this problem is affecting college athletes, how we can find a solution to make both parties satisfied, and imagine the schedules these athletes have to go through while receiving nothing for their actions. First, let's talk about why this is becoming a big problem. The NCAA and schools are making millions of dollars off these players, while these athletes aren't even allowed to sell autographs or merchandise to make money for themselves. Forbes, on January 30th, 2014, Mark Edelman states, the NCAA currently produces nearly $11 billion in annual revenue from college sports, more than the estimated total league revenues of both the NBA and National Hockey League. The Huffington Post, on January 23rd, 2014, Tyson Hartnett states many coaches earn at least $100,000 per year to coach one of the major sports like baseball, basketball, or football at a school. These coaches will receive bonuses for getting to the playoffs, winning championships, or breaking school records. You know what athletes receive as a bonus? Nothing. Crazy schedules. Forbes, on January 30th, 2014, Mark Edelman states the typical Division I college football player devotes 43.3 hours per week to his sport, 3.3 more hours than a typical American work week. Forbes, on January 30th, 2014, Mark Edelman states the annual NCAA men's basketball tournament affects more than 6 days of classes. Next, let's talk about two solutions. One solution could be allow athletes to be allowed to make money off themselves. The Huffington Post, on November 13, 2016, Ken Reed states, let athletes benefit from their fame and likeness like every other student at our colleges and universities. Let them take endorsement money like the coaches that lead the team. CBS Sports, on June 4, 2014, John Solomon states former athletes in all sports, not current athletes, would be eligible to receive an individual compensation if they voluntarily join the FCAA. Remove the restrictions on outside incomes or improper benefits. Sports Earth, September 6, 2013, Gwen Knapp states Times story suggesting permitting sponsorships but only as secondary consideration pay for play. The solution could be this simple. Pay student athletes for their services, and this would go a long way in solving some of the issues that's plaguing college athletics today. Now let's talk about how this will look in the future. It will affect how athletes play. There have been many great football athletes that have suffered an injury in college that affected them after college. As time goes on and the schools and NCAA continue to make more money, changes will be made. As time goes on, athletes will continue to protest until they get what they want. Today I talked about the reasons why college athletes deserve to be paid. I also talked about why it's become a growing problem and what may happen in the future with this problem. I hope that you guys were able to understand all that college athletes do and understand why they should receive compensation for their services. There are many ways we can help fix this problem and satisfy both parties. Allow athletes to be allowed to make money off themselves, remove the restrictions on outside incomes or improper benefits, and pay college athletes for their services. With so much money floating around, how can the NCAA continue to exploit athletes who perform their trade in front of a sold-out arena? This needs to stop.